Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So just so you know, you're in for a longer video this time, so buckle up. Make sure you guys have some snacks with you, a drink, and just stay tuned for what's to come in the video. Okay, I'm back, guys. Let me tell y'all something. When I took my hair down, okay, when I had those braids in for about 6 weeks. Let me start with that, okay? So before I say the next thing, I'm gonna just chalk it up to maybe I had my hair in for too long of a period of time. And you know, when you haven't combed your hair for a period, you'd have a lot of built up dead hair in your head. So I'm gonna assume that is what the culprit is of what I'm about to say next, and not the alternative, which I'll get into in a second. But anyway, I combed my hair out, girl, or guys, everybody. I combed my hair out after those braids, and this much hair came out of my hair. And that's, hold on, this is after detangling, okay? There was way more hair that came out the first time. This is the day after, and I had already detangled and twisted my hair out and everything. I had combed through it again to see how much hair would come out, and this much hair came out the next time, okay? I'm a little nervous, okay? I feel like, am I getting close? Because my nutritionist told me that around the 3-month mark is when people start having hair loss issues. So I'm like, okay, I'm not even at the 3-month mark yet. I shouldn't be having to deal with hair loss yet, right? Right? Is there anyone that lost their hair around 2 months or started having hair thinning? I mean, okay, so I've had hair and I've not had hair, and I've cut my hair and I've dyed my hair and I've bleached my hair, and I've done a lot of things to my hair. So I've had my hair a lot of different ways. However, I have never in my adult life had myself be small and also have hair, okay? It's always been one or the other. I've never been allowed to have both. So if you see, like, my hair has grown to a nice length. This is just a little piece right here in the front of my hair. I got a little piece out in the back too. You can't really tell. It's just like a piece of baby hair or whatever. But my hair has grown to a nice length finally, you know. And that's just a small piece that I pulled. But finally get some hair and it grows out. And now it's going to come out because I had VSG surgery. So it's like I have to sacrifice hair in order to have a healthy lifestyle. Which, okay, if that's the case, fine. It grows back. I'm not going to trip about it. But while I have it, I'm going to enjoy it because I don't know how long I'm having. So I said all that to say, I just decided to take my hair out because it was in long enough, and I want to wear my natural hair for a period of time in case it decides it wants to fall out and I have to start all over again. But anyway, that is not the point of this episode. So this episode, I will be talking about my weight for this week, any new changes that I've experienced, which I'm going to tell you right now really is not a whole lot. I'm going to be showing you guys the foods that I have been eating, some of my foods, my go-to foods. Not all of them, but you know, a few. I showed you guys about 4 foods that I frequently like to eat, or one of my favorite foods that I eat, the higher protein foods that I like to eat. On the soft food stage, since I'm officially here, I'm actually, this is my second, I think I just did 2 weeks. I did 2 weeks of soft food stage. So I'm going to be talking to my nutritionist in the next few days, or probably next week, some Monday or something, to talk about where I'm going next, because I think I'm about ready to move on to the regular food stage now. I've done all 3 of my previous stages. I did the liquid stage, I did the puree stage, or technically I went through the puree stage. I didn't actually follow the rules, but I went through that stage. I did the soft food stage for about 2 weeks, I believe, and now I should be moving on to the next stage, which is pretty much you eat what you want to eat. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. And yeah, so let's roll right into the video. Okay, so you know what's coming. Let's talk about it. Okay, so as I already mentioned, we are going to be updating and talking about what happened this week. Nothing really new has happened as far as updates. I am feeling way more normal, if that makes sense. I feel like I said that in another video. I feel more like my old self in terms of how my hunger feels, how my full cues have become more obvious, if that makes sense. So now I can kind of tell when I'm full easier, and it's easier for me to stop eating before I hit that point where I get the weird gurgly bubble thing in my chest. I don't have as many occurrences of the tight feeling, like when you eat something, or the stuck feeling. That's what it is, the stuck feeling when I eat something maybe too big, or if I don't chew it well enough, or maybe not enough moisture is in it, it feels like it gets stuck like right somewhere right here. I'm not having that happen as often. And I feel like I can eat more food, or a larger quantity of food in one sitting. Not a whole lot more, but maybe like, I can't even really say, because like I can eat, like, okay, so for example, my yogurt, which is one of the items in my food video, the portion of the video that's about the food that I've been eating. My yogurt cup that I use is about 5.3 ounces by itself. Then I have maybe a half a cup of fruit and half a cup of some sort of, like, usually a granola, but in the video I have Honey Bunches of Oats because I couldn't find the granola that I usually eat. But so I had that, so about a cup of stuff from the other than the yogurt, so maybe about 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe 13 ounces of food, I'd say. And of course it takes me a period of time. I'm not eating that all in one sitting, of course. I'm munching on it probably over the course, slowly eating it, let's say that. So it may take me about an hour to eat that, and yeah, I'm able to get it all in though. So I would say in one sitting I could probably eat half of that, let's say that. And it's easy to go down. It's not getting stuck. I'm not feeling overly full. I'm trying to incorporate different types of foods, like fruits, new vegetables, like texture wise. I'm trying salads. I had a sub for the first time since I've had surgery. So not like a big sub, but like, I don't know if anyone's familiar with Jersey Mike's. If you have that in your area, I don't know, but I had a Jersey Mike's sub, and it was turkey, and it had like hots and banana peppers and lettuce and tomatoes and cheese and, like, you know, that stuff on it. And it was on regular bread, but yeah, I wouldn't suggest do the regular bread because I do feel like it made me overly full for the little piece that I had. I maybe had a piece about this big. I cut it off of a half of a sub. So a piece about this wide, rather, and about this, you know, thick. So this wide and this thick. Okay, so it was a small piece. I was able to eat the whole thing, but I noticed that as time went on, the sandwich kind of expanded in my stomach, and so it made me feel a little uncomfortable after eating it. So it was good. It was good. It didn't hurt. It didn't go down hard or anything. All the ingredients on it were fine. However, two things. I would be careful of how much I eat of a sandwich if I'm going to use bread, because I have been using some bread. I've been using like the 647 bread, bagels and stuff like that, but this was from a restaurant. So if you're going to eat something that has regular bread on it instead of using like your flat bread from home or something like that you're familiar with using, be careful how much of it that you eat, because it does expand in your stomach and it could cause you to vomit or to overstuff your stomach, and then you be miserable for a long time afterwards. So just be mindful of that. But yeah, so I say all of that to say I did try the sandwich and it went down really well. Trying different meat textures. Like, I've already been eating a lot of meats, but I've been trying like different things that don't necessarily have as much moisture or liquid in it, since I'm at that stage now where I can try other things that don't necessarily have so much liquid, just to see what my stomach can handle and what it can't. And you know, I'm still going to be trying this later on in my journey because it's still very early, so I don't know how my stomach will react to the same food, say at month 4 versus now, you know what I'm saying? Because I just got to the stage now where I can eat real food or regular food without worrying about my stomach having too bad of an adverse effects, such as, like, I used to be worried about the sutures popping in my stomach because that's what my surgeon in my surgeon's office would tell us that your sutures could pop or food can get trapped in the sutures. So I used to be kind of paranoid about eating certain things, but now that I'm further out, I feel a little bit better about that. But I'm still careful. I'm still very careful. But anyway, I don't want to get hung up on that. I'm excited that I'm in week 8 of my surgery and that I've made it this far. And I'm excited to see what happens after this point. So now we're going into the uncharted territory, so to speak. I've never really watched videos past the first 2 months, so I don't really know what to expect outside of what I've experienced with my mom, who also had VSG surgery, and her experience has been a lot different than mine has just up until this point. For example, I feel like I'm eating more food than she is, and she's I think almost 9 months out now. So on one hand, that makes me a little concerned that I may be eating too much food. And on the other hand, it makes me look at it like, okay, well, she probably had a little bit of a harder time, or she may have had a tighter sleeve than I did. Our experience has definitely been a lot different, like a night and day experience. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really have a lot to compare to, because I didn't really look at any videos past this point. So I'm gonna start looking at some things to see if, you know, I'm kind of similar to some of those things, or if you guys want to give me some heads up on what you have experienced, or know anyone that has experienced from 8 weeks onward or 9 weeks onward. Please feel free to share. Okay, I want to make, okay, so since I'm on the subject of not necessarily updates, but just things that I want to talk about in the future, I do want to keep up, or talk more about where my hair is, like how my hair is progressing through this journey. Because as I mentioned earlier in the video, I feel like at some point my hair may thin out. I don't know if it's already thinned out some, and I just haven't noticed because I have my hair natural, so my hair is always puffy. So I can't really tell how much the volume of my hair has changed until I like straighten it or something. But I don't know, I just want to keep an eye on it, you know, and share what I experienced, and maybe hear some of what you guys experienced, or if you know anyone that's experienced hair loss or not, who hasn't experienced any hair loss after their weight loss journey. Okay, I think that's enough rambling. So I think the big moment now is to move on to what I ate while I was eating my soft foods for this past 2 weeks. A couple of my favorite recipes. So if you guys find them interesting, or, you know, enjoy the video, please make sure you like and subscribe, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of some of the foods if you decide to try them. Okay, see you on the other side. What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be showing you 4 of my favorite high protein meals that I ate in the soft food stage. So stay tuned. So the first meal we're going to start with today is the spinach and egg white omelet with beef hot links. It has 19 grams of protein, 317 calories, and 4 carbs. So as you can see here, I have 2 eggs sitting on the counter, but I'm making 2 different eggs. So I'm making an egg from me and also from my mother. So it's 1 egg for each of the omelets. Now we're going to chop up the pepper jack cheese in the eggs. I use scissors, but you can use a grater, or you can get shredded cheese and make it a lot easier for yourself. Now I'm adding spinach to both of the bowls. I have about a 1/4 cup of spinach. Next I'm adding seasoning, salt, pepper, and chives. These are all optional. You can season your egg to your liking. I also add a small amount of cream to make my egg a little fluffier. Now we're going to mix all of our ingredients up and prepare to put it in the pan. Make sure that you spray your pan or lubricate your pan with butter before you put the egg in. Spread the egg out evenly across the pan after heating and cover with a lid. Once the egg turns an opaque color, you're going to flip it and do the other side. Now we're just cooking up the hot link sausages. And this is what it looks like after everything is done. I had 1 egg and 1 sausage, and I ate about half. The next meal that I'm going to be showing you guys is my 1-carb flatbread pizza. Oh my goodness, it's so good. It has 15.5 grams of protein, 150 calories, and approximately 1 carb. So of course I had to approximate because I can't tell you the exact amount of carbs in bell peppers and onions since I didn't measure. Here's the list of ingredients that I used on my pizza, and of course you can modify it. So basically what I did is I took 2 pieces of the flatbread, which again I'm making some food for my mother as well. I put about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit less, of sauce on each of the flatbreads. I then added about a 1/4 cup of mozzarella cheese, and my toppings, I had 1 ounce of the chicken, the Purdue chicken, grilled chicken strips, and you know, just a random assortment of the onions and bell peppers that's going to be seasoned to your liking. And then I stuck it in the oven, preheated the oven on broil, and stuck it in there until the cheese melted and turned brown and the edges of the flatbread was a little bit crispy. And I was able to eat the whole pizza in 1 sitting, so there's no before and after of what I left on the plate. There's nothing left. My third meal for today will be my cheesesteak flatbread quesadilla. Another fave of mine. It was really tasty. It's got 14 grams of protein, 250 calories, and approximately 3 carbs, again because the amount of vegetables and the cheese or whatever that you're planning to use. As you can see, I have my list of ingredients. You have the steakum, sliced steak, American cheese, deli is what I used, or whatever brand you prefer to use, bell pepper and onion, and again my Mission Zero net carb flatbreads. I'm spraying my pan and prepping to brown the vegetables. Then I add my steakum and I brown that as well. Make sure you chop it up as fine as you can. Now I'm seasoning the steak and the vegetables with some seasoned salt and pepper. Again, that's up to you if you choose to use that or not. Now I'm melting that yummy cheese. Okay, so let's set our flatbreads on the plate and get ready to build our quesadilla. And let's just slap the other flatbread on top just like that. And let's stick it back inside the pan. Don't forget to put your lid on. We're gonna attempt to flip this baby over and oof, okay, not so good. Let's get that straightened up real quick, and it's still gonna taste just as good. No worries. And another meal that I was able to eat all of in 1 sitting. Boy, I was hungry on that day. Last but not least, we have my absolute favorite snack on this list, which is Greek yogurt with fruit and quote-unquote granola. Okay, so as you can see, this is not exactly a low-carb meal, but it is a high-protein meal and a low-calorie meal. The reason why the carbs are a little on the high end is because I put honey bunches of oats in place of my granolas because I couldn't find the one that I like. So it's a little higher than it normally would be, but if you get a low carb granola, it'll be just fine. So we're gonna add all of our fruit to a bowl. Now I added mine to a plastic bowl at first and microwaved it on 30 seconds because these are frozen fruit. Then I transferred it to a glass bowl and cut up my banana into the bowl. Applying the Splenda, you can sweeten it to your satisfaction. Mix it all up real nicely. And this is what we're looking like, and now we're going to add that delicious cereal to the top. And we're all done. Let's go eat it. And I was able to, of course, finish this one too. Boy, I'm starting to think I'm a little greedy. Okay, you're back. So I hope you guys enjoyed some of the meals that I offered and the recipes that I offered in this video. Now we're going to move on to the weigh-in portion. So I just want to mention before we get started, I am super excited about this week's weigh-in. I don't want to get too deep into why, but let's just move into that right now. I'm just going to go right straight into it. I'm in the 250s. Oh my god. Okay, let me chill. I am so excited. I am in the 250s. I'm 259.8. I'm just this much in. But that means that I have lost a total of, what was that, 262.2 last time? So that means I lost a total of 2.4 pounds in the last week. That's great. Oh my goodness. I am so shocked that I haven't hit any stalls yet, y'all. Y'all don't understand. I have been waiting for the day that I come to that scale and I don't see no weight loss, and I was just expecting it. But I'm so thankful that I have not hit no stalls yet. You don't understand. You don't understand how hyped I am every time I get on that scale and it says another number other than the one that it said the week before. That's a blessing. So yeah, I don't want to get too deep into that because I'm gonna make a whole video about some of the things that I've been doing to try to avoid the stalls, and I don't know if it's just that versus my body, just the way that it responds to weight loss, but I feel like what I've been doing kind of has helped a little bit with me avoiding the stalls. So if you're interested in hearing more about that, make sure you stay tuned for the video that's going to be coming out on that very soon. Oh, I wanted to talk more about my body shot for this month. What do you guys think? Do you see any differences? Let me know what you see, if you see anything or not. I don't know. I still really don't see a whole lot of change, but I know that there is change because my clothes is fitting differently. So I don't know. Maybe it's not enough for me to see yet, but if you see it, let me know. But other than that, I think we've reached the end of this video. Thank you so much for coming and joining me. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe and hit me up on Instagram, and I'd be happy to talk. I look forward to seeing you in the next one, guys. Bye.